All right. Everyone's jumping in quick. All right. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. Brandon, Chris, jumping in already. I appreciate it, guys. Hey, that's good news, Brandon. Yeah, block is done. Ready to get installed. That's awesome. We're gonna do our same thing. We'll wait until 9 o'clock, and I'll get started talking about Shake and Bake. We'll talk about Rocky Mountain Race Week because they put their flyer out. They put their flyer out this week, and then we'll just get into the chat like we always do, and hopefully you guys will keep me going for the full hour. We'll see what happens. But I do appreciate everyone's support. You guys are awesome. You guys are some of the best supporters around. You guys are top notch, 100%. We may be a small group, but we're a tight knit group. That's for sure. Yeah, I was going to bring that up, Chris. Ask if anyone had problems with East Coast. I forgot to ask Mac. I'm going to ask Mac too. If he, I don't think he's had anyone had problems with the East Coast drive shaft, but I'll definitely ask him. We're all living fast through Shake and Bake. That's awesome, Mike. I appreciate it. Brandon, you got it. I do have quite the spread across the country, and we are a pretty tight knit group. I love you guys. I wouldn't trade you guys for anything. And Eric, that's the whole purpose. You hit the nail on the head, man. Let me do the testing and figuring out, between myself and Mac. We'll figure it out, and then you guys got the blueprint to go where you need to go. Brandon, I went 1650s because Fick is a great brand, 100%. I had their 650s in, and then I went to ID 1050Xs because I bought them pretty cheap off a buddy of mine, and then I went back to the 1650s just because they work and they're cheaper. All right, so let's get back to my normalcy here. We'll talk about Shake and Bake. We'll talk about Rocky Mountain Race Week, and then I will pick up after Brandon's 1650 or ID 1700s. So Shake and Bake is where she is. We do have another install coming up tomorrow, and you know what? I'm just gonna spoil it. We wound up getting Keltrack rear coilovers for the rear. So no more fender hitting the tires either at the track or on the dyno, because now we can turn it up and put a little space in there so we don't have to worry about rubbing anymore on the fender well. So there's your spoiler alert. The next video is just going to be kind of me in a vlog video. I want to see how it does. And if it does good, I'll try and do some more of the vlog type videos, and we'll see where it goes. I just went up over to Stark's, picked up some fluids so we can change some fluids while I'm at max, putting on the Keltracks, and then just kind of driving around talking about. So we'll see how that video goes, and we'll go from there. But yeah, the plan is to now we're going to remove the I lost my train of thought. We're going to remove the tow bar from Shake and Bake. We're going to take out the seat, and we are going 100% all out. We were going to go to a track rental Friday at Cecil, but they wound up canceling. So instead of that, they're having a slick and radial prep on Sunday from 10 to 4, I believe. So it'll be myself. Mod to Fame is going to be there. So we're going to try and line up, because he's on slicks, I'm on radials. We should be able to line up and have some fun. So he hasn't taken his car to the drag strip, so he's going to be learning 100% the entire time there on how to launch his car and how to get it down the track the fastest. So there's going to be some him adjusting and getting used to things and getting used to the car. But the plan is to at least get 1 or 2 runs in with him. And again, just for fun. So that video will be coming up. And then next week, we're at a track rental at MIR, which is going to be a single lane event. So we won't get any races against people. But again, the intent is to go all out and as fast as we can with the current D1X. And hopefully we get, we've already got the Gen 3 Hemi, fastest Gen 3 Hemi with a D1X. We'll see how fast we can go by taking out some of that weight and see what happens. So those are the plans for Shake and Bake. That's what's coming up. Those are the next few videos that are coming up. So you guys got a heads up of what's going on with Shake and Bake and me. Let's talk about Rocky Mountain Race Week. Rocky Mountain Race Week 2025. The dates are out. It's not on their website yet, but it is on the Rocky Mountain Race Week Facebook page, not the RMRWers page, but it is on the Rocky Mountain Race Week page. And they tend to post on both, so you gotta kind of watch both of those two, both of those two groups. But the dates are May 31st through June 7th, 2025. Registration opens. Now they're combining two race weeks. They typically would do 2 race weeks. One kind of towards the beginning of spring, end of spring, beginning of summer, and then one mid to the end of summer, which is just called Race Week. But they're combining both of these. So supposedly this is going to be one of, if not the largest drag and drive event in the United States, possibly anywhere, because there's going to be upwards of 600 vehicles. So that's cars, trucks, and bikes that are going to be allowed to sign up. And there's always the wait list you can sign up for as well. A lot of times they bring some of those waitlist folks in. So they brought in like 50 of them last year in Rocky Mountain Race Week. I think about 50 or so, they said. So we round up with about 300, 325 cars instead of just 250. So there's always opportunities on the wait list. So if you don't get in right on, don't wait to the 11th to try and register, because it's not going to happen. You're going to have to be there at the 10th. Keep an eye on their Facebook page. They'll tell you the time that the tickets will open up to the public. And I'm telling you, I was last year, the only way I got in last year is I was there 5 minutes early on the website, hitting refresh until I seen the tickets go live. And that's how I got mine. Because they sell out within seconds, not minutes. They sell out within seconds. So you have to be there, be ready to sign up. Also, you can try and sign up for Race Week, which is registration is the 17th and 18th of January. I would recommend you be there the exact time, 5 minutes before the time on the 17th if you want to get into the Race Week side. They're all racing the same tracks. They're going the same routes, the whole 9 yards. So it's 600 vehicles are going to be out there running around. So it's going to be quite the event. I will say if they pull it off, but from just Rocky Mountain Race Week and the way things went, during that week, and I don't know if Jay's around, he can tell you, it was very, very smooth, run very, very well. So I think they can pull it off, but that's a lot of cars to be running down the track in one day. But here's kind of the layout. Day 0 is kind of a test and tune day. That's May 31st at Tulsa Raceway Park. If you see me looking over, I'm reading off my other monitor. So May 31st, Tulsa Raceway Park. Tech inspection starts at 8. Drivers meeting at 2:30. Test and tune 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. It looks like it's an additional $35 if you want to test and tune on Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Day 1 is at Tulsa. There's 2 groups. Group A is Rocky Mountain Race Week. Group B is just Race Week. So Rocky Mountain Race Week will run from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Race Week will go from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. Day 2, Flying H Drag Strip in Odessa, Missouri. Rocky Mountain Race Week 7 to 2. Race Week 3 to 10. That's going to be the same through all of these tracks. Day 3 is a drive day from Odessa, Missouri to Thunder Valley in Oklahoma. Again, Rocky Mountain 7 to 2. Race Week 3 to 10. Day 5, Texas Motorplex in Ennis, Texas. Rocky Mountain Race Week 7 to 2. 3 to 10 for Race Week. And then Friday, back to Tulsa. Finale event, it says Party Awards, Food and Band 5 to 10. Concessions will be available. Food is not included in the entrance fee. So you got to pay for your food. And then bonus, Saturday the 7th, bracket racing and heads up shootout. Now, I don't know how many people will stay for that. But racing starts at 9 and then the awards are immediately after that. So the price for race folks is $525, and they have what they call road weekers as well. People just follow everybody along. Those are $300, which gets you into all of the events if you drive to each and every one of them. So again, for you racers, $525. For you people that just want to follow along, $300. All right. So that's Rocky Mountain Race Week. Again, if you guys want to get in, you have to get in early, because if you don't, You're not gonna. I promise you, you're not gonna get a ticket. All right, enough of Rocky Mountain Race Week because I loved doing Rocky Mountain Race Week last year. It was an awesome time. All right, I'm gonna go back up. We'll go through some of the comments and hopefully you guys will keep me going. Shane, can't believe how this car run mid-8s and almost full weight trim. It was pretty much full weight. So it was with the trailer hitch, with the front seat. Now the back seat's out, but the back seat doesn't weigh diddly squat. We all know that. My car's not leather, so the leather seats probably have a little bit more weight to them, but my rear seats were just basically foam and cloth. So they really don't weigh anything anyway. And that's it. I mean, people going around saying my car is gutted. That's just ridiculous. The car was not gutted. You can see it in the videos. You can see it from the track side that the trailer hitch was still there. And on the inside with me, you can see the passenger seat is still in there. So to try and tell me my car is gutted is a ridiculous statement, but it is what it is. But yeah. So 868 at 157 with that stuff on the car. So the plan is tomorrow is the seat will still be in there, but I'll take it out for the racing. And we're going to take the trailer hitch off and see what we can do. We may go lighter bumper supports. I haven't ordered them, so I haven't bought them yet, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. Maybe we'll do that next year. But try and lose a little bit more weight. But yeah, that's the plan. All my carpets are in there. I just get stuck on people. Someone said my car was gutted and just really got to me because they know that car is not gutted. The carpets are all in there, the front seat, the trailer hitch, all that stuff. So anyway, let me keep going let me get off my soapbox now. Jickstan, what's up, buddy? Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. Eric's going to Jickstan. Jickstan is going back to Eric. Brandon, got my Speed Logic's AAA gauge pillar in today. It's pretty nice. Yeah, the Speed Logic ones are nice because they actually put the cloth back on them, the stock cloth. So they're super nice. I got mine from Ortiz Pods, and it's just painted. So yeah, the Speed Logics are definitely nice for sure. Brandon, yeah, Fixer $700 to $800 cheaper for a 50cc difference. And really, if you go on Fix website, the 1650s can take you, excuse me, into like the 14 rear wheel horsepower range, 1400. Especially with our 58, our fuel pressure. Our stock fuel pressure is like 58. And some of the stuff that Fix bases their stuff on is like 40 something. So the 1650s flow way more than what you'd expect. So, and the only reason we got mine in the 85 to 90 range is because we got it turned down a tad. The fuel pressure. So we got the fuel pressure turned down a tad. So Brandon, you'll be 100% fine with 1650s. APG, dude, you guys are killing me. Hey, Don, keep it going. Into the 8s, and you're going to need a chute. Here's a little cash towards it. Absolutely, we're going to need a chute. Absolutely, we're going to need a cage. That will be, I'll say, if I do it, it will be next year, maybe mid-year, somewhere around in there. Right now, I just want to enjoy the car. At APG, you know, every penny of that's going to go back into Shake and Bake. I promise you. And that's awesome, dude. You humble me every time when you guys hit me up with these super chats, and I do appreciate it. It's again, it's humbling the support you guys give me and how much support you guys give me and continue to give me and Shake and Bake. It's not just me; it's Shake and Bake as well. But APG, I 100% appreciate it, and your money will 100% go into Shake and Bake. I promise. Man, that's just awesome, dude. Friendly Soviet with long tube headers and a catback exhaust on a RTB2 loud. I don't want to annoy neighbors more than I already do. Long tube headers are going to add some decibels to your car. It is going to be louder depending on which catback you go with. There are some, if you go to the different vendors, be it Corsa, Borla, Cooks, Magnaflow, Flowmaster, you can go to any one of those, and they usually have a range from quiet to medium loud to freaking basically a straight pipe. It's a straight through muffler. So just depending on how loud you want your car and what you want your car to sound like, just do some research. Borla has like S-Class. They got different stuff for different volumes. So you can tune it down if you want to by the type of catback exhaust you get. Randy, what's up, buddy? Thanks for chiming. I appreciate it. Edward, if you decide to go with the F-Series Pro Charger, which one would you go with? I would go with the F1A94 just because it's the biggest one that will fit the bracket that I already have. When you go into the F1s and bigger, then it's just it's a whole lot fabrication to make those work. So F1A94 would be the one I'd go with if I go with a bigger Pro Charger. Are they adjustable coilovers? 100% adjustable coilovers. They're just like the fronts. We're gonna set the ride height, probably increase it an inch and a half, just to make sure we clear the tires and we don't have to worry about that, and still get the weight distribution we want. Randy, was just that Cecil Friday night? Yeah, Friday nights are iffy sometimes, man. They get really crowded, and then other nights there's like nobody there. It's kind of weird sometimes. But yeah, they canceled that. Unfortunately, they canceled that one on Friday because there was going to be some big money cars there, a bunch of McLarens, some Ferraris, some C8 Z06s. There were going to be some high-powered American cars there as well. It was going to be a great time, but unfortunately, they wound up canceling for some reason. I really don't know why. But Mod to Fame hooked me up with it, and yeah, we were definitely looking forward to doing that one, but unfortunately, yeah. Eric shouldn't be terrible friendly. Yep. Oh, he's going back to friendly. Yeah. Like I said, with the right catback exhaust, you'll be fine. Brandon, F1X is the biggest you can go with. Might need to fab fenders. F1A94 will fit with no issue and give you more than enough. Yeah. That's why I said if I do go with an upgraded Pro Charger, it'd be F1A94, and then that would really probably be it. I know most of y'all gonna tell me Shake and Bake is already a race car, but having to do some of the daily driving I do with Shake and Bake with a cage, it's not like people haven't done it in the past. It's just one more thing I got to be careful of when I'm daily driving, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes over the winter time and where we go from here. One bad plum sucks. Season is over here, man. Yeah, I know. I know. Living that far north, it gets a whole lot colder, a whole lot faster than it does down here. But Hey, you can come move with me for a month or two if you need to, Chris. We'll house you up here. Mike going to the track Saturday. Awesome, buddy. Awesome. Brandon F1A 94. Edward, what about a F1A? I think F1A is still. I'd have to double check and verify about a F1A. But like I said, F1A 94 would be the one I would go with. And if I'm not mistaken, the F1A 94 is the update to the F1A. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Any predictions on how fast? 829. I want to be conservative. I would say low 8.5, maybe an 8.4. I don't know if I'll get into the 8.2s and 8.3s that you guys are throwing up there. But I think it's going to be, in that low 8.5, high 8.4, I think, is what we'll get to. It's going to be a long race night. Yeah. Yeah. 100 pounds get a tent. Oh, 100 pound gets a tenth. They say that roughly. That's a rough guess, and I'll probably drop about that between the trailer hitch and the seat is probably close to 100 pounds. So that's why I say in that 8.5, high 8.4, I think. Purchased a Ripatoon billet air to water intake. Use the Tick Performance 1400 intercooler and lid. Ripatoon designed the base so you don't have to get a Holley high ram lower and need to cut the hood. That's true. That is true. That is true. I've actually been looking at Shearer Fab and their air to water intake manifold as well. That Ripatoon is expensive though. It's expensive. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Mike, $6K for the intake. Exactly. It's expensive. It is expensive. Eric, Brandon's got all the money. Yeah, right. Brandon, $6,500 for the intake in black. So that my Christmas present to myself. They also make it 2,000 and 3,000 carbon fiber drive shafts. Whew. Yeah, Rocky Mountain Race Week's a lot of racing. I think that's what you're talking about, Eric. Rocky Mountain Race Week and race any of the Dragon drives you go for a week. It's a lot of racing and it's hard. Jay will tell you. I know Jay. I saw Jay in here a little bit ago. It's not easy. It's not an easy time. Phoenix, when you had the 5.7, what do you think was the mod that made the biggest difference? Oh, no doubt, the Pro Charger. The Pro Charger, the cam, and long tube headers. Those are the three big difference makers. No doubt about it. And we really didn't have the opportunity to push the forged 5.7 as far as I wanted to push it. I wanted to do the small pulley with the 5.7, with the forged 5.7, but circumstances changed and we wound up going with the 6.4. But I think the 5.7 could have went a lot faster than a 9.7, no doubt. I think it could have got into the low 9s. But those three make the biggest difference. Pro Charger, cam, and long tube headers. Brandon, definitely Eric, even though I missed a week of work due to the National Guard, I was still able to gross about $5K in a week at work. Whew. Mike Phoenix, I'll bet the Pro Charger. Yeah. it is. The Pro Charger is going to make even with a stock 5.7 and throwing a Pro Charger on it, that you're not going to gain more horsepower than anything else than throwing a Pro Charger on there. Or a blower, any blower. Positive displacement, turbos, or centrifugal. Putting a supercharger on there is going to make the biggest difference. Eric's going back to Phoenix, saying the cam more likely with supporting mods, you get the most gain with the tune. Eric says that too, Bike. Yep. Chris, one Pro Charger for sure. Absolutely. Thank you guys. I'm trying to build mine. I currently got a cam. Wish me luck. Absolutely. Phoenix, wish you luck, buddy. Just all I can say is don't take one man's word for it. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Do what you feel comfortable with. Just because I did it doesn't mean you have to do it. Just because, Joe Schmuckatelli on YouTube did it means you got to do it exactly the same. You don't have to do it exactly the same. You can do things the way you want to do things to make it your car. And that's what modifications are all about, is making a car your car, and what you want to do. Jay, what's up, buddy? Man, you guys are killing me in the comments, man. I'm trying to catch up here. Brandon, can't wait to twin turbo the car. Looking at a Kong 108 throttle body as well. Selling the 6.4 ported intake after a Rippertune intake skid steer. Nice, man. Nice, Brandon. That's going to be, you're going to have a little ripper there, buddy. That's for sure. Everybody's going back to Jay. Jay says, wait, where's the link? Jay, you know that 100%, brother. If you don't get in, 100%. I would love to go with you again. No doubt. And we talked about it. Dude, if you don't get in, you're the passenger. You're my pit crew. DA helps immensely. Absolutely, Chris. 100%. My kids' team finished the season 8-0, number 1 seed. Nice, Jay. That's awesome. That is awesome. Mike, always gonna have haters. Yeah. That's awesome, Jay. Wish the boys luck. They got my prayers and luck from Modern Red Hemi. 803, good evening, buddy. Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. Yeah, Eric, you know it. Jay always has a seat. Not doing it right if you don't have haters. Yeah, that's true. What's nice though is I really don't have any. I really don't have any. I mean, every once in a while I'll get, an off the wall comment or something, but as to, a constant hater stream, I don't have one. And I'm glad for that. But yeah, I must be doing okay, because I don't have that huge hater stream, but Brandon, I can't see Shake and Bake being gutted. Probably never will. Even if I go cage and shoot, I am not totally going to gut the car. So the ability to keep the passenger seat in there, the ability to keep the rear seat in there, all that stuff is staying. Carpet is staying. I'm not ripping my carpets up. It's just not going to happen. APG, once again, buddy. Now I'm back to your super chat, dude. 100% appreciate it. I am humbled by your support. I appreciate it. All right, Jay. Everybody wants an update on Frankenstein. Brandon is going to send 7501. That's funny, Brandon. That's awesome. Derek, hey guys, made it to the track with a new pulley on the stock bottom end 5.7 with the E-Force at 12 pounds, 1110 at 119. Tires were hazing to the 60 foot, getting suspension lined out, installing ice box now. Nice, nice. I'm telling you, when it comes to suspension, already I am sold on 100% Keltrek. Their coilovers, 100% sold on them. I don't even have to put the rears on to know they're going to help make stuff happen. But the long travel fronts, they made it happen. They made the 868 happen. Because we were 8.7s when we were on the 9010s. And now it gave me another tenth or so. So 100% sold on Keltrek and 100% sold on AAD for all of the arms when it comes to the suspension. Yes, Keltreks are expensive. They're what, $1,300-$1,400 a set. Yes, AAD is expensive. I think their full wheel hop kit is what, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, something like that. But that is 100% buy once, cry once. I've had them on for what, 2 years now? Year and a half, 2 years, maybe 3. Oh, I can't remember. But I went through some BMR suspension stuff. So, nothing against BMR. I think I was just making too much power for what their stuff was able to hold. So BMR has their place. I would say if you're under 700 horsepower, BMR stuff will be fine. But anything over that, 100% AAD. They will take care of you for life. One bad plum asking Derek what size pulley. Jay's going back to Eric, not close, but not yet. Derek, Grip Tech 2.5 stock lower. All right. Got to record it, Jay. Tell him, Eric. You got to record it and put it on YouTube. Jickstand, 6.2 or 6.4 BGE. I had a guy say the 6.2 is the better block to build. They're both BGE blocks. They are both BGE blocks. I can't see how someone would say that. 6.4 is the bigger displacement. You can make more power with the same boost. I get it. 6.2 and 6.4 are fairly close together. But I would say the 6.4 hands down. And you know what? Maybe I do take the 6.4 to the limit. We put a freaking 7-second cage in the car and we put twin turbos on and we show them what a 6.4 can really do. But Jickstand, you kind of got a point. All the fast cars out there are based on the Hellcat. I don't know why more people don't build the 6.4s, but maybe I will. Maybe I will push the 6.4. We'll see. Have to see how things go. David, you going to the Rock in November? I am thinking about it. I got to see what's going on here homebound. See what's going on. I may try to make it down there for November. Shane, I love the fact that it's a street car still. Yeah, still has air conditioning, still has heat. All that stuff a typical street car has. Eric 6.4 has a higher ceiling. Yep. Jay, I got you, Eric. I'll post a video tomorrow. All right, Jay, get on it. We're on you, buddy. Derek, nice. I ran 275 stock bottom end, went 1084 at 126. Nice. Chris, breaking parts now with the new build and a Whipple. Yeah, I am surprised. Jay, I think you've done some work with East Coast drive lines. And that's and that's what one bad plum wound up breaking. So I don't know if you had any experiences with their drive shafts. If you do, please put it in the comments. Eric's going back to plum. Derek, there you go. I'm trying to get an IAT, trying to get the IATs under control. 170 at the top end. Yeah, you're pulling some timing at the top end. 100. If you're at 170, I think it's around 140, 145. It starts pulling timing. So yeah, you're probably losing some power on the big end. Also going to make a switch to MS109 from 260 GT. Should be able to turn up the timing. Yeah, I ran 260 GT for a long time. It's just race gas is so expensive. Oh my God, it's so expensive. Shake and bake straight scar. Yep, straight scar. That's it. Chris needs a new drive shaft. Yeah, unfortunately, man, I feel sorry for you, Chris. I know how it is breaking stuff, man. It's terrible when you break stuff. How much are Cletus TBM brake kits? Maybe that's an idea down the road. Mac and I have been already talking about TBM brake kits for shake and bake. They're like $1,400 a set. So 13, 14 for the front, 13, 14 for the rear. We've already talked about TBM brake kits. Yep, I did forget to say that. 803, just installed DSS aluminum on mine with the cradle lockout. Absolutely. I've been running DSS for years and years. I probably had them on 4 or 5 years. Turn on the juice. That is also a possibility. The juice is still not hooked up. The solenoid is there, but the hose going from the solenoid to the throttle body is not hooked up. So I am not on juice. This is all blower. Yeah, we go juice, it'd be crazy. Oh God, I gotta go back up. I just jumped. So turning on the juice is an option. It is an option. I might have to go to the DSS after my episode Saturday. I'm DSS on my bench. Just waiting for it to change its. I hear you, Derek. Gotta have time to do this stuff, man. Mine been sitting for a while. Just took a vacation and started working on mine. Great, 803. That's awesome. Derek, my stock one held with E-Force to 600 rear wheel. Yeah, that's where I tell people right around that, like 550, 600, you want to start looking at a single piece drive shaft or an upgraded drive shaft. I didn't get to see the video, but what was wrong with 5.7? I still, that's another video I still got to make. We haven't torn that engine. There's been a few pieces taken off of that engine, but we haven't tore that engine down yet. That video is still coming. I'm still going to promise you that video is coming. We just haven't had the time to do it yet. Mac's been busy. I've been busy with some work stuff here, and we're just really trying to squeeze in these last couple runs of the year to get them in. And then probably over the winter, because that's really a good one for me to do over the winter to keep content going, is to do that probably over the winter. But I definitely do plan on doing it. I just haven't had the time to do it. All right. I need to find the link for Rocky Mountain. Yeah, all you got to do is search Facebook. It's on there. Rocky Mountain Race Week. Yeah, all right. Eric's going back to Jay. Let me see if I can get through some of these comments here. Yeah, we didn't tear it down yet. It's coming. I know I keep saying that. I appreciate you guys keep asking me and keep pushing me to get that done. We are going to get it done. It's just a matter of time. Yes, have the bye in the first round. Nice. Then second round championship. Nice, Jay. That's awesome, buddy. Record for. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna tear down the 5.7. Like I said, it's just a matter of time. I told him the same. He just wouldn't hear it because no one builds 6.4s. They build 6.2s instead. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm sure there's some people out there that's got some super fast 6.4s that nobody talks about, or nobody sees, or nobody heard of. Because there's always somebody faster. No matter how fast you go, there's always somebody faster. He was mad when I said 6.4 is king heavy motor. We may have to prove that. Sounds like a championship season, Jay, for sure. Again, APG, man, I love you, brother. I appreciate it. Wicked Warlock, hey, buddy, thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. So your Demon Killers rears 50/50 for sale then? Absolutely. If somebody wants to let me check them out, I'm not sure they're still viable. But when we take them off, I'll check them out if they are. The Demon Killer Springs, absolutely. I got the fronts at the shop. The front and rears will be for sale if anybody wants the Demon Killer Springs. Let me know, and I'll sell you a set of Demon Killer Springs. Eric, all the billet suspension looks so good. That does. It does. AED is just amazing. Just got my Demon Killer Springs in Big Difference. They do make a big difference, 100%. Derek, I have complete AAD suspension in the rear, front Viking coilovers, and 50/50 in the rear. Yeah, that's a great setup, really. I mean, because Keltrek uses Vikings, their shocks, but they're set up the way Keltrek wants them to be set up. So Viking builds them specifically, for Keltrek. They're valved specifically the way he wants them. And then he obviously puts the coil over together for you. But that's awesome, man. Yeah, that is a great setup. And Derek, that's where I was about to go. I was about to go Vikings in the front and possibly Vikings in the rear, until I got talked into doing Keltreks. So anybody familiar with Smurf Built, you can look him up on IG. I believe he's got a YouTube channel, but I don't think he posts a whole lot on YouTube. He does more on IG. He has the same setup. So I basically got the same setup he does. Keltrek front and rears. J, 6264BG are exact same block. Difference is the crank stroke. See, there we go. You're going to get Jay hyped out, talk about twins on a 6.4. Yep. Who is a good tuner for my Ram? You can look up EFI Specialties, hit up Dave. And it depends what your mods are and stuff like that. There's a lot of good email tuners out there. But personally, I would go with Dave. Just send him your, the list of your mods if you've modded it at all, and he can hook you up. And he runs Diablo or HP tuners, so whichever one you're on, he'll be able to hook you up. Jay and Eric, I know that, but the guy was calling me an idiot because I said the bigger displacement and cheaper price is better. Yep, absolutely. I just jumped again. I had to get some other valid thoughts. I hear you, man. I hear you. No, you're spot on. Spot on. There is no replacement for displacement. Some people will say more boost, but that's more pressure on, on your entire engine, driveline, everything. So why not go bigger displacement? Be a little less harsh on everything. But anyway, Shane, 14 Challenger RT 100th anniversary 6-speed car. I want to take the 5.7 out and do a 440 stroker BGE 6.4 with a F1A94 Pro Charger full weight car. Be careful going that big of a stroker and then pro charging it. I would dial back that 440 a little bit. I would dial back to a 411. I think 411 is where the bang for your buck is, just because of the angle of the push rods, not the push rods, but the rods themselves. The angle, once you get 426, the angle starts to get really, I'll say steep, and it's more pushing against the sidewalls than it is up and down, if that kind of makes sense. So for I would argue for a NA build, 440 stroker, 426 stroker are perfect. But if you're gonna pro charge, I would dial it back to the 411, which then gets the rods a little more straight, and you get more up and down motion than you do push against the side and up, if that makes sense. Jigstand, some people want to get it, won't get it. Yeah, that's true. For drive shaft, use CCI driveline and East Coast driveline. Eric, 1300 brakes, TBM sound legit. They are. No doubt about it. They're 100% legit. It's just Don's got to save up some money now. Shane, after I finish my 12.5 to 1 compression NALSX 427 build 5th gen Camaro, I'm going to get to it. Oh man, that's awesome. Those 427s are ridiculous, by the way. Those engines are just nuts. Wicked. That's what I'm putting on the Ram. A Whipple and starting up my YouTube channel on the work. Nice. That's awesome. Awesome. Where are you located, Wicked? We may be able to do some collaboration and get you some exposure. To be fair, this also the same guy who says bigger throttle body and leg maker intake is only for the wine and doesn't make more power. They do make more power. Arguably the leg maker, they make a little bit, but they do make more power. Jay just shattered the rear yoke on Saturday, new drive shaft in March. Man. Yeah, that Ram will be sick with a Whipple on there, no doubt. Chris, man, I know I said it a couple times. I feel bad for you, man. I hate to hear when doing what we do, I know things are going to break and people are going to break things, but I always hate to hear it. And I hate to do it. I hate to do it too. I hate to break stuff, but it's tough to say, but it's all part of what we do. And you know it. I know I'm preaching to the choir. 803 EFI specialists do email tunes, long drive from South Carolina. Absolutely. Dave will do email tunes if you want them to. 100%. Brandon, yeah, my 5.7 will rip. Pure built HP 90 twin Garrett G40 1150s, T-Tech heads, 4 triple pump, water meth, E85, picking up torch where you left off, bud. That thing's gonna be a ripper, man. That thing is gonna be crazy. I one of these days, once you get it fully done and get it done, I need to come out there and we need to get you to a track and I need to get you on the channel. Hellcat's good for maybe 1,300 horsepower. What's most of 6.4? Does anybody know yet? Well over 2,000. I don't know. I haven't heard anybody in a 6.4 with putting down more power than I am. But I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't know how much it'll hold. That's a great question. Jay, I may have to jump on those Demon Killer springs. All right, let me know, Jay. I got them, buddy. They're yours if you want them. Jay's going back to One Bad Plum. Also, where you get your spacers for the rear springs? I got them from Mac. So you'd have to talk to Mac where he got the spacers for the springs. One Bad Plum diff appears fine. Jay back to the stock 2-piece again. Yeah. Jay, twins on a 6.4 is always a party. Jigstan, can't wait to do my 411 swap for my car in the future. Yeah, 411 is the way to go. Again, all of the fast cars that are boosted on, like, stock block, I'll say stock blocks like BG blocks, Ford, 6.2, 6.4s are all running 411s. There are a lot of people running 426s and going the 440 route, but yeah, I'll just leave it at that. You'll always have problems with that combo. The stroke and Pro Charge will be an issue. They have a 460 stroker now for boost with the dart block. Now you're talking about a whole different block. Now the dart block, you might be able to get away with a bigger stroker and do boost. But we were basically talking about the 6.4 BGE or the 6.2 BGE. Imagine a 460. I know, right? That's huge. That's huge. Jay, that's exactly correct, Don. The TOD angle ratio with boost will be crazy. Side load with a 440 and the cylinder walls will be super thin. Yep. SRT, the dart block starts at 4,125 bore, which is ideal. The 490 bore spacing isn't at all ideal going 440. Gotcha, Jay. Jay, dropping the knowledge, man. Dropping the knowledge. I've seen 6.1 to a 440 stroker twin turbo. The guy on Project Torque has a red one. All right. Yeah, I've broken 4 engines in my quest for single digits with a manual charger. Manual Challenger. But hey, Jay, I don't know if you heard me earlier. Mod to Fame and I are going to Cecil on Sunday. So Mod to Fame will be there with his well, he's not a 5.7, he's a Hellcat, but he's a manual guy, so we'll see what he does. We're gonna go up there and have some fun. Jigstan, since I got a Forge 5.7, think I'm gonna swap it into my Jeep and run a single turbo, then run a Whipple on a 6.4. Yeah, buddy, nothing wrong with that. Eric, I've seen it also, but they are typically nitrous motors at that point. Gotcha. Shane, let's go. Love the manual car, no doubt. How much are the dart blocks? They're a little expensive. I looked them up a while ago. I can't remember how much they were, but I know they're pretty steep. Now, they're well worth the money, don't get me wrong. but they are expensive. Wicked. Florida and Ocala. If you can help, that's great on editing. Never known it. Yeah, it's just one of those things. You learn it, and once you learn it, you figure out your routine, and it gets easier and easier. Would love to meet someday, Don, when it's all done. Coworker asked me why not supercharged in twins. I simply broke it down to him. It's not that efficient and super complex. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. One bad plum. I have to give a shout out to my buddy in the Magnum last weekend. And a record, absolutely. That Magnum is ridiculous. And he goes to a lot of the Modern Street Heavy Shootout stuff. I've seen him several times. Sorry, Bean came in the room. Had to give him a little pet. He was whining at me. But yeah, that Magnum is ridiculous. Jacked Vet. Ever thought about getting a C6 Vet? I've always wanted a Corvette. Just being me and honest, I've always wanted to get a Corvette. Jack, maybe one day I'll get a C6 or a C7 Vet. I like the C8s, but I really like the C6, C7s. Yeah, dart blocks are nice. After I spent all this money on a new Forge 5.7, I saw they offered one. Yeah, right. Dart blocks are easily over 5K. Yeah, they're, and that's just the block, I believe. That's not a long block or a short block. That's just a bare bones block. What do y'all think about the new MMX single pump plug and play fuel pump for just starting mods? They say it's E85 capable and up to 750 wheel horsepower. Now I saw it. I didn't see which pump they're using. If they're using the one step up from 525, I think it's like 535, 545. The problem with that pump is there's no check valve. So unless they added a check valve, you're gonna have some of those hard starts. But yeah, I don't see any problem with it. I mean, they're claiming a single pump to 750. That's I think you're stretching it a tad, but yeah, I mean, why not? There's a lot of folks coming out with different pump setups too, so keep an eye on those. I know Snow is coming out with theirs. Mac has one of theirs. You can always look up 4. But I think, me personally, I would feel more comfortable at that. Even at the 750, I would feel more comfortable with a dual pump setup at kind of at that point. But Eric 6K, Mike thinks, all right. I thought the deal was Friday done. If Sunday, I'll go for sure. So it was supposed to be. So not next Friday. I'm talking about this Friday. There was supposed to be a rental that Mod Defame and I were going to. They canceled that one, and both of us are going on Sunday to Cecil. Jay, let me know if you want to go for sure, and we can drive up together. Jay, I think it's crazy. There's a Hellcat no pro mod running 7.1 out there. Yeah, that's crazy. Jay, dart blocks are 5K. Brandon can push a dart block to 2,000. Eric, holy cow, either way, too much for me. I need a J built motor. I got you, Eric. Shane, let's go. Jay, since that has been said, I'll dial it back to 426. Or would I go the NA 440, 450 stroker route? Thanks for that knowledge. Wasn't aware of that. This is another reason why I do these weeklies is we save people from themselves sometimes. Yeah, I hate to see people do some things that may have been suggested by somebody that should know what they're talking about and maybe do know what they're talking about, but they push the 426 and the 440 anyway, and you wind up breaking things and or not getting what you thought you were going to get out of the engines. So that's why we do these Wednesdays, is dropping some knowledge and hopefully saving people. Twin charging sounds cool. Whine of a supercharger. Jet noises from the turbos. Turbos sound awesome. They really do. You cannot deny that. The Pro Charger sounds pretty good, but turbos sound awesome. Bean, my man Bean, y'all know that. Brandon, I love the C7s. The Magnum was fast, yeah, no doubt. NA running 8s, crazy. Jay's going back to Eric. Mike says 56. A lot of money in that car, Eric. Yep. C6 Z06. Yeah, buddy. You can't knock a Z06, man. They're nuts. C8s look too much like an exotic European car. Like they really do look like the poor man's Ferrari. Yeah. If it's only a 450 pump, I don't think you're going to get 750 horsepower out of it. I think that's a stretch. But that's just me. I could be wrong. Jay, as soon as I get my money right, definitely want you and Mac to build me a pre-Eagle to go in my truck. Nice. Yeah, 6K is nuts. I'll let you know when I'm up and running. Awesome, wicked, nice. Eric, just 6.4 swap PCM will work. So I've been told. Yes, your 5.7 PCM can work with a 6.4 engine. It's all in tuning. Snow performance stuff looks pretty good, but 4 Innovation hasn't let me down yet. Hasn't let me down either. So I will always preach for innovations when it comes to fueling. But like I said, do your research and go with what you want to go with. Cool. Thanks, Arnold. I'm going with you then. Yeah, just come on up to the house and we can I can put you in the seat. I can leave the seat in. We can go together and just come back to my place together. Whatever. We'll talk about it. Let's talk later, Jay. Okay. If you want a trailer up there, that'd be awesome, brother. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. That way I'm not putting any more wear and tear on the tires because my tires are getting there. The Mickeys are starting to scream a little. How's that Power Wagon, Mike? I love them big truck. Yeah, yes, sir. What's a good 6.4 price? I would check with your dealership because right now, this was a couple weeks ago and they could have went up. You can get a long block from your dealership for around $3,800. So you get that for $3,800 and some drop-ins. You're, just under 6K for a forged 6.4. I haven't done anything with it yet. I want to get another bed for it. Nice. Mike, I have heard the PCM in my truck is the best to tune and easy as well. Yep. I can't wait to hear how angry this 5.7 stroker is going to sound on 20 PSI. I know that thing is going to sound wicked. Holy cow. You guys got me talking way past 10 o'clock. I'm gonna be sleeping. I'm gonna sleep in Bean's bed tonight, man. But I think we pretty much hit everything. But guys, everybody, especially APG, you humble me again with your super chat, and I will continue to say that. And really, all of you humble me with the support that you provide, and just coming in every Wednesday night is always fun. I'm always learning something, always picking up things, always trying to help others in their build and their their journey. It's just been a great experience with all of you. I appreciate it. And we got some more videos coming out. So we got the vlog type video. We got the Keltrack's going in. We got racing on Sunday, and we got racing next week on Friday. So bunch of videos coming. You guys stay tuned. And again, I appreciate the support. And that's it for this Wednesday. Till next week. Adios, guys.